शलाकाय
चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः।
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टाप्तये भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All right, so we will read from this para. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a great deal of information given about the Vaikuntha planetary systems, which are beyond the material universe. Similarly, a great deal of inconceivable information is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Any attempt to arrive at this information through experimental knowledge is not possible. The knowledge simply has to be accepted. According to the Vedic method, Shabda or transcendental sound is regarded as evidence. Sound is very important in a Vedic understanding, for if it is pure, it is accepted as authoritative. Even in the material world, we accept a great deal of information which is sent thousands of miles by telephone or radio. In this way, we also accept sound as evidence in our daily lives. Although we cannot see the informant, we accept this information as valid on the basis of sound. Sound vibration then is very important in the transmission of Vedic knowledge. The Vedas inform us that beyond this cosmic manifestation, there are extensive planets in the spiritual sky. This material manifestation is regarded as only a small portion of the total creation. The material manifestation includes not only this universe, but innumerable others as well. But all the material universes combined comprise only one fraction of the total creation. The majority of the creation is situated in the spiritual sky. In that sky, innumerable planets float, and these are called Vaikuntha Lokas. In every Vaikuntha Lok, Narayana resides in the form of his four-armed expansions, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. Hare Krishna. So I think this is self-explanatory, right? What is the point Prabhupada is trying to emphasize here?
Prabhupada emphasizes, see, Vedas are Sabda Pramanam, like we need to accept the authoritative teachings of the Vedas. Some of things we cannot question like that. In material also, some of things we cannot question, we accept it. Similarly, in whatever our scriptures says, we need to accept because we cannot understand with our material things.
Yeah. 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 Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bo.
Oh,
So, the point here is sound, shabda, right? Vani. So Prabhupada is saying that sound is very important in Vedic understanding, right? So the sound is how actually Vedic knowledge is received. The Shabda Pramana, right? So what are the three ways of acquiring knowledge?
By hearing Prabhu,
What are
Sabda
the
Pramanam
three
and
ways of acquiring knowledge? Remember the Bhagavad Gita course,
yes,
7-session Gita course. Mani Prabhu?
Praktiksha Pramanam.
Yes. Pratyaksh Praman, Anuman Praman, and Shabda Praman.
Sabda Pramanam.
So, Pratyaksh Praman means through direct sense perception. Direct. Whatever I see, I believe.
Yes.
Right? Through Anuman Praman,
questioning.
We can, if a smoke is
inference.
inferences.
Anuman means like
Yes.
estimate, inference.
Yeah.
And Shabda Praman means hearing from an authority. So Prabhupada is emphasizing here sound. An example Prabhupada is giving is that even when through telephone, like when I'm calling you and we're talking and you're not able to see me, then you're still believing the sound, right? We cannot see the informant, but we accept his information basis of sound, right? So sound vibration is very important in the transmission of Vedic knowledge. So in the episode where Brahmaji and all the demigods are going to Lord Vishnu before the advent of Krishna, and when Bhumi Devi is being troubled by all the Asuric people, what happens when all the demigods go to Brahmaji? Brahmaji says, "Okay, let's go to Lord Vishnu." Then what happens? What does Lord Brahma do?
Brahma meditates upon Vishnu.
Brahma meditates upon Vishnu. Then what happens?
And instructions are passed from Vishnu to Brahma, and then from Brahma to all the living entities.
Right. So what happens? Does Brahmaji see Lord Vishnu and Lord Vishnu speaking to him, or what happens? Like, how does Lord Brahma get the instructions from Lord Vishnu? The message from Lord Vishnu?
He gets it in his heart, Prabhu.
Yeah. Lord Vishnu speaks to him within his heart. Lord Vishnu speaks to him within his heart and gives the message. Which means from his heart, he hears the sound of Lord Vishnu. Right? You see? So, how is he getting message? Through sound. He doesn't see Lord Vishnu. Right? He doesn't see Lord Vishnu. He hears Lord Vishnu. Right? So, in Vedic scriptures, there is great emphasis given to sound vibration. Communication is to sound. Right? So, acceptance of Shabda Praman, authority, is actually the recommended way, the most safest way, the most important way to learn about higher spiritual subjects. Right? And that's a very important premise, accepting Shabda Praman. Right? So when Prabhupada said that sun is closer than the moon, right? Or when Prabhupada said man never went to the moon, many disciples left. They said this is not possible. Why is Prabhupada saying like that?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam,
Dev Prabhuji.
Jai Ho, Hari Bol, Rath Yatra Prabhu and Pushpanjali Mataji ki jai.
I am late. She is joining, Prabhuji.
Okay. We offered our respects to her before she joined. Because we get her association in sound. So, so we are communicating the sound in advance.
Because we are Anuma, we are since Radhayata Prabhu is there, so Mataji will be there. That
Yeah.
yes,
That's Anuman Praman.
Anuman Praman. So
Direct Pratyaksh Praman is not there. Anuman
yes.
is, but more important
is
than Anuman
Pratyakshana
is
Prabhu.
Shabda. The Theatra Prabhu, we are discussing about the three types of ways to acquire knowledge, and Prabhupada says here in introduction that sound, Shabda Praman, is the most powerful. So that's why this discussion on sound is going on. So many Prabhupada disciples, some Prabhupada, not many, some Prabhupada disciples left because they did not believe. They said, how can man went on the moon? How can Swamiji say that man did not go on the moon, right? So that is the thing. We have to, like right now, there's a big thing going on in India that, what, ISRO or something?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, Sandrodayan 2, they are sending to moon, Sandro.
Yeah.
Rocket.
So they're sending to moon. So now, Prabhupada said, no, man cannot go to the moon. It's very far. So then, but people create all these things. But our faith will be tested as to, do we believe the Shabda from the Shastras, or we believe all these, illusory proposals, right?
But
Prabhuji, can I add something?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, what I am seeing, or I know a little bit whatever here and there from science and other stuff, but those who are not, yeah, we have to believe, but they are facts in the sense what science is getting a little bit glimpses with sending space labs, telescopes, and so they are telling billions and billions of miles. There are many universes, many stars, and basically we have limitation in our visibility senses. We have 5 faults. So there are things which we don't know. That doesn't mean it is not there. As you said, we have to believe it, Prabhuji. What is being published in science nowadays here and there, American scientists are getting some glimpses. How vast is this universe? How many planets, universes, or other things that exist billions and trillions miles away from Earth? So we have no means to know. So
Yeah.
I strongly believe there is. But moon is, people are going, I don't know how far. If they have gone 50 years back, why are they starting now? So,
yeah, and also Prabhu, say another thing is I was taking is say science also they cannot understand this soul concept of soul, Paramatma. This is beyond their reach. Similarly, again, we say we have sun planet. Sun planet also, a lot of living entities will be there. But with our limited scientific thing, we cannot understand because sun planet is so hot. Nobody is nobody can live. But according to our scriptures, people will be living there in the sun planet.
Yeah.
So it's beyond our science also.
Yeah, we cannot. So that's why we have to accept the Shabda Praman, right? So according to Shabda Praman, right, as we read here, that the majority of the creation is in the spiritual sky, Vaikuntha. See, what happens is, if you think a little bit, do you believe in existence of Vaikuntha? Think about it. Does, like, if I were to ask you, Australia exists, you will say yes. If I'll ask you, Dubai exists, you'll say yes. Alaska exists, yes. Hawaii exists, yes. Brahmaloka exists.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम
Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dhanvat Pranam. Very well. Brahmaloka exists? What do you think?
Yeah. Again, that is, we believe in scriptures and we.
Yeah, because we have, it doesn't really come with full conviction. Swargoloka exists, doesn't come with conviction. Vaikuntha exists. So, because we have been conditioned now by hearing so many times Vaikuntha, Swarglok, right? So, invariably we say yes. But are we really convinced? The type of conviction that we have when somebody says Australia exists, we say yes. Right? So that is the thing, is we have to, why do we accept Australia exists? Because somebody has seen Australia and we believe them fully. There are news channels, there are people who have gone to Australia, they talk about it. There are news channels that are talking about it. That's why we believe. Similarly, we have to understand the news channel that is talking about Australia, talking about Vaikuntha. What is the news channel that is talking about Vaikuntha? Srimad Bhagavatam. Huh?
Yes.
Right? That's our news channel. So news channel is talking about a place called as Vaikuntha. Who's the person who has gone to Vaikuntha who's sharing with us? Who's the person?
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada. Anybody else?
Narada.
Yeah, but Narada is not like you and me don't talk to Narada, right?
Yes.
Previous Acharya.
Yeah.
Our
Guru Maharaj.
spiritual masters.
Our Guru Maharaj, yeah.
Right. Guru Maharaj, spiritual masters, our gurus. Right? They have seen Vaikuntha. Right. So they are saying, yes, Vaikuntha is there. I've been to Vaikuntha. So we take the word of our Guru, we take the word of our news channels, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and all these books, Vedic scriptures, and then we say, yes, Vaikuntha exists. Right? So We have to, because we will be tested. Right? India will, in some years, will claim that, oh, we have gone to the moon, so we'll be tested. Do we believe that? Or do we believe Prabhupada when Prabhupada says man can never go to the moon? All right? Okay, so let's read the next para. Mani Prabhu, would you like to read the next paragraph?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, there is one more line here in the online version. It says, this Sankarshana states Krishnadas Kaviraja in the 8th verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita is Lord Nityananda.
Ah,
Next, as stated before, it is in his form as Mahavishnu that the Lord manifests the material universes. Just as a husband and wife combine to beget offspring, Mahavishnu combines his wife Maya or material nature. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 14.4 where Krishna states, Sarva Yonishu Kaunteya Murtaya Sambhavantiya Tesham Tasam Brahma Mahadyoner Aham Bija Pradapita. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in the material nature, and that I am the seed giving father. Vishnu impregnates Maya, the material nature, simply by glancing at her. This is the spiritual method. Materially, we are limited to impregnating by only one particular part of our body, but the Supreme Lord, Krishna or Mahavishnu, can impregnate by any part. Simply by glancing, the Lord can conceive countless living entities in the womb of material nature. The Brahma Samhita confirms that the spiritual body of the Supreme Lord is so powerful that any part of his body can perform the functions of any other part. We can touch only with our hands or skin, but Krishna can touch just by glancing. We can see only with our eyes. We cannot touch or smell with them. Krishna, however, can smell and also eat with his eyes. When food is offered to Krishna, we do not see him eating, but he eats simply by glancing at the food. We cannot imagine how things work in the spiritual world, where everything is spiritual. It is not that Krishna does not eat or that we imagine that he eats. He actually eats, but his eating is different from ours. Our eating process will be similar to his when we are completely on the spiritual platform. On that platform, every part of the body can act on behalf of any other part. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Jai Ho. What do we understand?
Prabhuji?
Yeah, what do we understand here?
Krishna is the seed. Um, Krishna impregnates Maya with his glance, and just as an offspring, to beget a offspring, the husband and wife. The husband here is Krishna in his form of Mahavishnu, and the wife is Maya.
Material nature, Prakriti. Yeah, so basically, pretty straightforward. Mahavishnu is the one responsible for the manifestation of this material universe. Right?
Hmm.
Mahavishnu is responsible. So again, this information is given to us as to how the material nature comes into existence. You have the spiritual sky, Vaikunthas, the material sky, in the material sky, how the creation takes place. Right? That's what is being discussed here. So let's hear more about how the creation takes place. Next para. Pandran Guru, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhu. Vishnu does not require anything in order to create. He does not require the goddess Lakshmi in order to give birth to Brahma. For Brahma is born from the lotus flower that grows from the navel of Vishnu. The goddess Lakshmi sits at the feet of Vishnu and serves him. In this material world, sex is required to produce children. But in the spiritual world, a man can produce as many children as he likes without having to take help from his wife. So there is no sex there because we have no experience with spiritual energy. We think that Brahma's birth from the navel of Vishnu is simply a fictional story. We are not aware that spiritual energy is so powerful that it can do anything and everything. Material energy is dependent on certain laws, but spiritual energy is fully independent. Um, Countless universes resides like seeds within the skin pores of Mahavishnu, and when he exhales, they are all manifested. In the material world, we have no experience of such a thing, but we do experience a perverted reflection in the phenomenon of perspiration. We cannot imagine, however, the duration of one birth of Mahavishnu, for within one birth all the universes are created and annihilated. This is stated in the Brahma Samhita. Lord Brahma lives only for the duration of one breath. And according to our time scale, 4
Billion.
billion, 4,320,000,000 years constitute only 12 hours for Brahma. And Brahma lives 100 of these years. Yet the whole life of Brahma is contained within one breath of Mahavishnu. Thus, it is not possible for us to imagine the breathing power of Mahavishnu, whose put a partial manifestation of Lord Nityananda, whose but a partial manifestation of Lord Nityananda. This the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita explains in the 9th verse. Right. Go to expire,
All right.
bro.
So yeah, what is being discussed here? Process of creation is being discussed here.
Yes.
So first point, what is the first point in the process of creation? That yeah.
In the spiritual world is different from the material world. Material world is works under certain laws. So we for getting the children and all, we need both male and female.
Yeah.
But in spiritual world, is acts differently.
Yeah. So the key point is material energy is dependent on certain laws, but spiritual energy is not dependent. It's fully independent. Right. So we have to understand that like when we hear that somebody was born from fire, right? Who was born from fire?
Draupadi. Yes.
Draupadi was born from fire. We hear somebody was born from churning. Who was born from churning?
Lakshmi.
Vena.
Who's that?
From
Vena.
no, from the body of Vena.
From Vena.
Prithu Maharaj.
Ritu Maharaj was born. So we hear, what is this? How can somebody be born from churning?
Yes.
And also, when we hear that when the churning of the milk ocean was happening, then so many through the churning, there was a horse that came, there was an elephant that came, there was, right, so many different type of living entities came. We think, how is it possible? But the point is, it's uh, it's a transportation of spiritual energy, because the soul is eternal, right? So what is birth? If you see what is birth in this world, birth is nothing but
Migration.
transformation or changing of
Body.
bodies. So if, like, suppose if the sun appears every morning, do we say the sun is born? We say it's appeared, right? And when sun goes down, sunset, we don't say the sun has died. It's gone away from our vision. Like, suppose if I go to Mani Prabhu's home one morning and he says, "Oh, Prabhuji, you are born now," right? So just because he is seeing me, that does not mean that I'm born now. I'm appearing in front of somebody in a particular body. So birth in this world is nothing but appearance of that living entity in front of us. You see, because the living entity is eternal. Living entities are eternal, right? And when a particular living entity assumes a particular body and comes in front of us, we call it as birth, right? Am I right? Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. So now,
So,
Yes,
when we understand that process of living entity acquiring a certain type of body and coming into this world, we understand what is the law. And then when somebody follows that law, we say, okay, this person is born, this is real. But when something is outside of that law, we say that this is not real. But when something is outside of that law, we are not able to understand that this is our law, but in a different planet there could be a different law, or somebody who controls this material law can also have another law or can change the law for appearances and disappearances, right? So in terms of Krishna, who has created this law in this material creation for birth, he says, okay, you know what, in Prithvi Lok this is how people are born, but you know what, uh, I'm going to give birth to Brahma, who's a living entity somewhere, and I'm going to give him a body, Brahma body, right? Uh, with 4 heads. Uh, and, he will just come out of my navel, right? So from Lord Vishnu's navel, there is a lotus flower that sprouts, and Brahmaji comes out. So that living entity, Jiva, Brahmaji, gets his body, right? Instantly that body is awarded to him. That's not his spiritual body, that's his material body. But who's constructing that body? Under Krishna's Parasya Shakti Vividhe Shuyate, under Krishna's guidance, the material energy is creating bodies. So Krishna guides the material energy. Okay, Brahmaji has to take birth now. Please prepare a body for him. So the body is ready. Boom. And then Brahmaji enters that body and that body comes to life. Birth of Brahma. You see. How do people take birth in Swarglok? Anybody knows? There is no birth in Swarglok. When somebody is promoted to Swarga, heaven, they just enter the Swarglok and they are given a body and they're ready. They're ready to perform. It's like a dress, right? You want to enter into the ocean, you want to spend a few days there, a few hours. You go to the, school or institution or whatever company or whoever who takes people for ocean excursions. You go to them, you pay the money. When you pay the money, they give you a body, right? They put all kinds of dress on you, they put oxygen mask, this, that. They give you a tank, they say, okay, you're ready. They give you your body, you jump into the ocean, you're ready. So Swarglok is like that. You go to the entrance, they'll say, okay, pay us money. What is the money? You have to pay them
Punya,
your pious,
pious activity. Punya, Prabhuji.
credits, pious credits, they call it pious credits, punya. So they check your punya levels. They say, okay, how much, what is your credit history? Okay, you have 100 punya levels, 100 punya points. So you have enough currency in your bank. So we will allow you to enter. It's like you go for those casinos, you go for gambling, right? So you pay $1,000 and then they give you, what do they give you? They give you, again, I'm asking the wrong audience. Probably you have never
No
gone to a
idea.
casino. Right?
They give some tokens kind of thing, Prabhu.
Yeah, they give you tokens. They give you their own currency. Right? So they give you that currency. And what do you do with those tokens? You go to different machines, you play and you spend it. And when it's zero, get out. So same thing happens in Swarglok. You go in, you show your currency bank balance. And then what happens is they give you tokens, invisible tokens. They say, okay, for $1,000, you get so many tokens. And then in Swargloka, you get to enjoy. Every time you enjoy, you have to pay one token. When your tokens are lost, there is no death in Swargloka. When you're lost, you're pushed out of Swarga. You have to exit. Like going into a casino is like birth and getting out of casino is like death. Going into Swargloka is like birth. They give you your body to go into the ocean of Swarglok. When your tokens are exhausted, you come out, they take your body away and you go back to work. You spend all the money, now go back to work. Place to work is Prithvilok, right? Mrityulok they call it. Because here there is a experience of Mrityu that is given. So this is how it works. It's basically just a transformation of bodies. So transformation of changing of bodies is called as birth. So what is the problem for Mahavishnu to create whatever way? Like Brahmaji is born from navel. Where is Varadev coming from?
The nose.
From the nose is coming.
Nose of Brahma?
Nostril.
Nostril. Svetavara, right?
Shiva born
Between the eyebrows.
between the eyebrows. So now we understand that manipulation of spiritual energy causes birth and death. So it doesn't have to be limited to somebody born from the womb. Right? So it's like that. So very easy to understand, isn't it?
It's true. Oh, we call Earth is Mrityu Lok, right, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Mrityu is it's got it's not a permanent, right, Prabhu? Mrityu means death, right?
Death to the body.
Death to the body.
The experience of death is pretty serious, right? So that's why it's called as Mrityu Lok. In other places, it's not so. Basically, whenever you change your body, that's death. So even when you come out of the spiritual world, it's death, right? And that's why Brahmaji says, "Ah Brahma Bhuna Loka Punaravartino." Whether from top Brahma Loka to Patal Loka, these are all places of birth and death. Okay? All right, let's read the next paragraph. Damodar Timatli, you want to read the next paragraph?
In the 10th and 11th verses, Krishnadas Kaviraj describes Garbhodakashaya Vishnu and Shirodakashaya Vishnu, successive planary expansion of Mahavishnu. Brahma appears upon a lotus growing from the navel of Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, and within the stem of that lotus are so many planetary systems. Then Brahma creates the whole human society, animal society, everything. Shirodakashaya Vishnu lies on the milk ocean within the universe, of which he is the controller and maintainer. Thus, Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the maintainer, and when the time for annihilation arrives, Shiva will finish everything. Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, we have Mahavishnu who expands as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu and Shirodakashaya Vishnu.
Yeah.
And Garbhodak ocean from Garbhodakashaya Vishnu lays on the Garbhodak ocean, and from his navel Brahma comes.
Yeah.
And Shirodakashaya Vishnu enters into all living entities as Paramatma.
Yeah.
And when living entities, they all go, and demigods, when they all petition, which Vishnu do they go to, Prabhu?
They go to Shirodakshaya.
Shirodakashaya Vishnu.
Yeah. Shirodakshaya.
That is within the heart.
So Shirodakshaya Vishnu
Yeah,
is
that's something.
heart as well as he's lying on the milk ocean.
So there is Garbhodak ocean is different from milk ocean.
Yes. As it is mentioned here, right? That Brahma appears from the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Okay. And then Brahma creates, and then Shirodakshaya Vishnu lies on the milk ocean within the universe.
Prabhuji, there is seems to be a little bit odd. I don't know whether I could be wrong, but milk ocean only Garbhodakya Vishnu lies. I don't know. You have to tell us, Prabhuji.
Garbhodakshaya Vishnu lies in Garbhodak ocean. Garbhodak ocean.
Okay.
And Kshira means milk. Shirodakshaya Vishnu lies on the Kshira ocean, Kshira Sagar. This is the milk ocean. So after Brahmaji is created from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is lying in the Garbhodak ocean, expands into Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who goes and lays in the milk ocean within that particular universe. And that Kshirodakshaya Vishnu assumes the role of maintainer, and also Kshirodakshaya Vishnu enters the Paramatma in the heart of all the living entities within that universe.
So where is Mahavishnu lies, Prabhuji?
In the
Outside.
River.
Vishnu lies in the
Paranodaka.
Karanodaksh ocean, Karana ocean, causal ocean.
Kshirodakshaya Vishnu lives in everybody's heart as well.
Yeah, he expands. it's not that Shirodaksha Vishnu enters into heart of everybody, then he is lost.
But Brahma, all they come from Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, right, Prabhu? So, but how is Shirodakashaya Vishnu is in charge of the universe?
So Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's only task is to give birth to Brahma.
Okay.
And that Brahma then further manifests the material universe.
Okay.
Right? So after giving birth to Brahma, Garbhodakshaya, or before itself, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu expands as Shirodakshaya Vishnu.
Okay.
So Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is responsible for Brahma. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is responsible for Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Brahma does creation, Shirodakshaya Vishnu does maintenance.
Okay.
See? So it's Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is one level above Shirodakshaya Vishnu.
Okay.
In terms of manifestation.
Okay.
So Prabhuji, when
Prabhuji, for each universe,
What is that?
each in universe there is a one Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Yes. For each universe there is one Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and one Shirodakshaya Vishnu.
so Prabhuji, when
So-
Hiranyaksha threw the earth into the ocean, right? It was Garbhodaka ocean, right?
I'm not sure if it was Garbhodak ocean or Shiro. Yeah, I think it was Garbhodak ocean. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. We'll have to confirm, but either of the two ocean. I don't think it was Shiro ocean. I don't think it was Shiro Sagar.
So Prabhuji, in each Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, one Shirodakshaya Vishnu only.
Yes.
But if you count the replications of Kshirodakashayi in hearts, it's millions.
Yeah, Krishna can expand, right? There's unlimited
Yeah.
Krishna, unlimited Vishnus, unlimited expansions.
So all the lokas that appears in the stem, those are all created by Brahma or created by Garbhodakashaya Vishnu.
Brahma.
Brahma, created by Brahma, and it's maintained by Shirodakashaya Vishnu.
Yeah. How does Shirodakshaya Vishnu maintain? How does he do
By
that?
taking avataras.
By taking avtaras to kill the demons
Vamana.
and to assist whenever any help is needed. So, okay, how is the world maintained by who are the people in charge of maintaining the world?
Demigods, Krishna.
Right?
Yeah.
So the world is maintained by the demigods, but who's the prime minister? So it's a cabinet of ministers. The cabinet maintains the country. So on the cabinet, there are different types of ministers: home minister, finance minister, this minister, that minister. Who is the prime minister?
Of the Krishna.
Huh?
Brahma.
Prime minister, no, Brahma is not responsible for maintenance.
Shirodakashaya Vishnu Prabhu.
Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Brahmaji is not responsible for maintenance. He creates and then he takes a back seat. Then the cabinet comes. The prime minister is Shirodakshaya Vishnu, and all the other demigods are the cabinet ministers, and Brahma may also be one of those ministers. But the prime minister is not Brahma. Prime minister is Shirodakshaya Vishnu. So whenever the other cabinet ministers are having some problem, they go to prime minister. Prime minister fixes everything. So maintenance is done by prime minister, Shirodakshaya Vishnu.
So it looks like Prabhu Brahmaji is a developer And Krishna is like on the support side.
Exactly. Yeah. Brahmaji is part of the development team. Vishnu is overseeing the support team. And Brahmaji was part of the development team. Later on, joins the support team, but he is not heading the support team. Head of the support team is Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Wow, Mani Prabhu, this is good. Good analogy you have created.
My Prabhu.
Decommissioning team is Shiva.
Shiva can come and decommission everything. Outdated.
Exactly.
Decommissions.
There are many
Shiva will-
Brahmajis. So we wish Mani Prabhu will be one day Brahma Prabhuji.
What is that?
No, we were all
There
Brahma.
are many Brahma.
He told me. At some point we were all Brahma, and then we came down to here.
No, Satyadra Prabhu is saying that one day you will become Brahma again.
Oh, again.
Satyadra Prabhu, are you cursing him? Please don't curse Mani Prabhu. He doesn't want to become Brahma.
Not first.
All right. So this is how the program is going on. Programming is going on, right? So we will read one more para and then we'll close. Ratyadra Prabhu, you want to read the next para?
Yes, Prabhuji. Let's see.
Yes, Amru. In the first 11 verses.
Yeah, in the past time, Prabhuji.
Before that.
What is the page number? I can read here, Prabhuji. Yeah. In the first 11 verses of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami thus discusses Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Sri Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Lord Nityananda as Balaram, the first expansion of. Then in the 12th and 13th verses, he describes Advaita Acharya, who is another principal associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and an incarnate of Mahavishnu. Thus, Advaita Acharya is also the Lord, or more precisely, an expansion of the Lord. The word Advaita means non-dual, and his name is such because he is non-different from Supreme Lord. He is also called Acharya, teacher, because he disseminated Krishna consciousness. In this way, he is just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, he appeared as a devotee to teach people in general how to love Krishna. Similarly, although Advaita Acharya is the Lord, he appeared just to distribute the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Thus, he is also Lord incarnated as a devotee. Thank you, Guruji.
Jai Ho. Yeah, so this is now the
18.
we are going through a ride, right? And now the car is turning towards a specific discussion on
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? And his associates, right? So that's what the discussion is now happening. Who's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Who's Balram? Who's Nityanand Prabhu? Who's Advaita Acharya? Right? That discussion happening. Mani Prabhu, what is the next para here there?
Yeah, this one. In the past tense of Lord Chaitanya, Krishna is manifested in 5 different features known as the Panchatattva, to whom Srila Krishnadasa Kaviraja offers his obeisances in the 14th verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna and his associates appear as devotees of the Supreme Lord in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Acharya, Sri Gadadhar Prabhu, and Sri Vasa Prabhu. In all cases, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the source of energy for all his devotees. Since this is the case, if we take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the successful execution of Krishna consciousness, we are sure to make progress. In a devotional song, Narottama Dasa Thakura sings, "My dear Lord Chaitanya, please have mercy upon me. There is no one who is as merciful as you. My plea is most urgent because your mission is to deliver all fallen souls, and no one is more fallen than I. Therefore, I beg priority."
Hari Bol. So, Panchatattva is explained here, but who is the source of energy? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, if we simply take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for successful execution of Krishna consciousness, we are sure to make progress. Right? So, the crux here is that if we take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for successful execution of Krishna consciousness, we are sure to make progress. Hari Bol. Any final questions, comments, thoughts?
How do we take help from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? We have to take help from devotees or
Take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How do we take shelter?
to surrender to him.
If we take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how do we take shelter?
By
Following
becoming a disciple in a
Hmm?
by becoming a disciple of one of his disciples,
Okay. What else?
taking initiation.
All right. Taking initiation. What else?
following
Okay.
instruction of
Go on now.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Following instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. Following instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How do we follow instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu we want to follow?
Sishastakam.
Shikshashtakam. All right. All right. Shikshashtakam. What else? Gatyadra Prabhu, are you comfortable with Pandurang Prabhu's proposal of taking shelter?
Yeah, I'm comfortable, Prabhuji, but question is how much I am taking is shelter. So
Yeah. So as much as we take shelter, that much success we will get. Basically, taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu means very simple. Follow his instructions. Follow Shikshashtakam. Starting from Cheto to Nam to Trinadapi Sunichena to Nadhanam Najanam. At least first 4. Right? So that is what it means to take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and to basically understand the mood of Mahaprabhu and leading our life based on Mahaprabhu's mood. Okay? Jai Ho. Hari Hari. So thank you all very much. This is wonderful reading, bathing our consciousness with the beautiful words of Shabda, sound, right?
Yes, sir.
This is where we can begin our weekend with, with the foundation of Shastra. And now we can follow the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu nicely.
Yes, Lord.
Jai Ho. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
Jai.
प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे
Jai.
कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Ramchandra Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna.
कृष्ण।